Hey you guys, what's up? Ravisher here, and I am playing some Team Snipers on Solus because 343 just released the Team Snipers playlist today, and I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. They took out magnums and grenades, which I think was a great addition. But this video is not about Team Snipers. It's a video that I have been thinking about doing for a while, and I decided to finally do it. I was kind of on the fence about doing it or not, because I know I'm going to offend some people, but I think that it needs to be said, because I actually feel quite strongly about this now. I didn't really know what to say at first, but now I kind of have my thoughts together. I figured I'd go ahead and make a video about it. So I definitely want to start by saying that I actually enjoy Halo 4 quite a bit. As someone who's been playing since Halo 1, I think the gameplay, the core gameplay, is actually very well done. So now that we have that out of the way, the fact that I actually kind of enjoy this game, and I think the gameplay is good, let's get down to what I actually want to talk about, and that is Call of Duty and Call of Duty's influence on Halo 4. So I don't think it can be disputed that the success of the Call of Duty franchise has had a profound impact on the gaming industry as a whole. And as much as I love Call of Duty 2 and Call of Duty 4, I think that the success of the Call of Duty franchise is probably the worst thing that could have happened to gaming, because what what came along with the success of Call of Duty is all these other franchises wanting to take away from that or take part in the success that Call of Duty has achieved, and now we have all these franchises. I mean, specifically Medal of Honor. I mean, Medal of Honor is a prime example of a franchise that was once great and then tried to copy Call of Duty and just went down the tubes. And what happens is people don't understand that Call of Duty is popular for being Call of Duty. I mean, I have nothing against people who like Call of Duty. I enjoy a game or two now and then, but Call of Duty got popular because it was Call of Duty. Halo got popular because it was Halo. People like different things. And you're not going to take away from the market of another game, or you're not going to be able to capture the market of Call of Duty by copying Call of Duty and turning Halo 4 into a Call of Duty clone. And I think game developers are just completely ridiculous when they think that they can just put out a multiplayer that tries to copy as many things about Call of Duty and it'll just be as successful. So it's quite sad to see a lot of these once successful and unique franchises that would have their own kind of style and their own kind of path in the gaming industry that were once great are now just pathetic clones. I'm not saying Halo 4 is like that, but I'm saying it's going in that direction, and that's why I'm concerned. I mean, let's go over for a minute what is in Halo 4 that we can see was kind of taken from Call of Duty. So custom loadouts, obviously. And again, not all these things are bad necessarily, but I'm just giving you an example of what has changed since kind of like Halo 3 or Halo Reach, and then now that's in Halo 4. So custom loadouts, which again isn't necessarily a bad thing, but we can definitely say that that's been taken from Call of Duty. Perks, i.e. tactical packages and support upgrades, which I think have no place in Halo. They don't really add to the gameplay at all. They're very gimmicky. Those have been taken right out from Call of Duty. Sitrec, or the kill cam, straight from Call of Duty, and a lot of other games have been doing this. And again, I just think the style of Halo 4's gameplay is not something that needs a kill cam, especially since it doesn't work 95% of the time anyways. Hit markers, again, you have the visual representation of the Spartan shields getting hit when you hit them. You don't need hit markers. They're kind of useful with grenades, but again, right from Call of Duty, I don't really think they're necessary. The progression system, i.e. the ranking system where you level up just for getting XP in games and unlock armor and stuff, and new weapons, straight from Call of Duty. Spartan points, i.e. COD points. Spartan ops, i.e. special ops in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Instant respawn, just absolutely awful that this has happened to the Halo franchise. Weapon skins, commendations or challenges. The last two, weapon skins and commendation, I don't think are necessarily a bad thing, but nonetheless, I think we definitely see similarities from Call of Duty. So, I mean, there's some other things to be said, but those are the main ones that I could think of in like the 10 minutes that I was kind of considering making this video. So, I mean, it's kind of sad, really, because a lot of these things have negatively impacted Halo's gameplay. I mean, as much as Halo 4 is a solid game, if we continue down this path, it's not going to be. And a lot of the things that made Halo 2 and Halo 3 such popular games and such a unique series are being taken away, and it's just being turned into Call of Duty. I mean, this is not evolution, as some people are going to argue. This is fucking mutation caused by the fucking radiation from Call of Duty. And again, nothing against Call of Duty, but that has its own place. Call of Duty is Call of Duty. Halo should not be Call of Duty. And I mean, them taking it to skill rank is definitely something that I think was impacted from Call of Duty and just the whole model of the Call of Duty franchise. Halo always has been a little bit more about competition than Call of Duty, and now that Halo's trying to capitalize on that and turn it into more of like a casual game, I think is going to hurt them. And if you look at Halo's numbers since Call of Duty came out, they've lost a good chunk of their population. So I mean, I just don't. They're not going to be able to take away from the success of Call of Duty. I think people need to understand that Call of Duty is gonna just be there. Call of Duty is gonna persist, and instead of just trying to copy them and take away sales that way, people need to come up with new games. Call of Duty didn't copy anybody. They came up with new shit, and now that's why it's so popular. Halo needs to do the same thing. Halo needs to be Halo, and that is how it's. If 343 wants it or Microsoft wants to be popular, they need to come up with cool stuff that make Halo feel like Halo and not feel like Call of Duty. Because people don't want to play a game that feels like a game they can already buy. I can go to the store and buy Call of Duty already. I don't need to buy Call of Duty and then Halo to play more Call of Duty. So, I mean, like I said, I don't really know exactly where this is going. It still feels like Halo, luckily, and the gameplay is still pretty solid. But a lot of the stuff that we've seen happen since like the evolution from Reach and Halo 3 into Call of Duty 4, there's definitely a much larger influence from Call of Duty. So I'm just hoping that this doesn't continue and they do realize that this really isn't going to work because it hasn't worked for anybody else. So it's not going to work for them. They need to make Halo what made Halo great, and that was a solid competitive base and focus on winning matches instead of a progression system. I mean, long gone are the days when you had that adrenaline rush when the game was close because you were close to getting your 50 or you were close to ranking up, and your blood pressure goes up because the game's so close and nobody wants to lose, and somebody does something amazing or somebody dies and you guys end up losing the game or winning the game, and then that's just such a unique feeling. And Halo 3 provided that so much, and Halo 4 just doesn't provide that at all just because it's become so casualized. So I really hope that this gets changed. Again, I think the core gameplay is solid, but we need to stop being mutated by Call of Duty. Please, 343. Please. So, let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment. I'll definitely be responding to some because I know this is going to be a video that spurs some discussion. So, again, if you enjoyed this video or if you enjoy my channel, don't forget to subscribe because I do lots of Halo 4 stuff all the time. Thanks, guys.